So, your business is trying to navigate the world of artificial intelligence. You probably already know it's way more than just a buzzword. It's a massive, fundamental shift. Today, we're going to lay out a clear, strategic framework to help guide you on that exact journey.
Okay, first things first. We have to get our heads around the fact that the ground has completely shifted. You know, the old rules of digital transformation, they're being totally rewritten by AI, and that's creating a brand new imperative for every business out there.
This is it. This is the central question every single leader needs to be asking themselves right now. It's just not enough anymore to have digital processes. The real game-changing advantage now comes from building an intelligent organization, one that can actually learn, adapt, and make smarter decisions over and over again.
And this really gets to the heart of the difference. Think about it. Traditional transformation was basically about taking what you already do and just making it run on a computer. But AI-driven transformation, that's a complete reimagining. You're not just automating the same old workflows, you're creating entirely new, dynamic systems that can, well, think.
So how in the world do you even start a journey like this? Well, like any great expedition, it begins with a map. Before you take a single step, you've got to lay down a really solid strategic foundation.
Your whole strategy really rests on these 3 pillars. First, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Where are we right now with our data, our tech, and our company culture? Second, you have to prioritize. Don't try to boil the ocean. Find those high-impact projects that aren't crazy complex. Get some early wins to build momentum. And third, and this is a big one, you absolutely must master your data.
Let's just pause on this for a second, because this point cannot be overstated. Data is the fuel for your AI engine. Period. If you put bad fuel in, you're going to get bad results. It is truly as simple and as critical as that. Garbage in, garbage out.
But you know, even the best strategy and the cleanest data on the planet are totally useless without the right people. And that brings us to the human element of all this, which, let's be honest, is often the most challenging part of the entire journey.
Putting together the right crew for this is just critical. It has to start right at the top, with leadership championing a clear, positive vision for what's possible. From there, it's all about training your people. And I don't just mean the tech experts. I mean everyone, so they understand the what and the why. And finally, you have to constantly communicate that AI is a tool to enhance what we do, not something that's here to replace us.
This is a truth that pretty much every leader discovers, sometimes the hard way. The technology, that's often the easy part. But changing mindsets, changing habits, changing the fundamental way an entire organization works, that is the real mountain you have to climb. And here's what that mountain climbing culture actually looks like. It's a place where people aren't afraid to try new things, you know? Where taking a smart, calculated risk is actually encouraged, and where failure isn't seen as the end of the world, but as a valuable lesson on the path to doing something amazing.
Okay, so your strategy is set, your people are getting prepared. Now it's time to build the engine that's going to power this whole journey, the technology itself.
You know, one of the first big tech decisions you'll face is whether to build or buy. And honestly, the smartest answer is usually both. For the common stuff, you can use these incredibly powerful pre-built AI services from the cloud to get up and running fast. But for the things that make your business truly unique, that's where you'll want to build custom solutions that create a real, lasting competitive advantage.
And here's a quick checklist for that engine. You need a powerful cloud platform for all the heavy lifting. That gives you flexibility. You need to think about edge computing for when you need AI to make decisions in real time, right on location. And, so critically, security and privacy have to be baked in from the very beginning, not just bolted on as an afterthought.
So you have the map, you've got the crew, and the engine is humming. Now it's time to put the key in the ignition. Let's talk about execution and how to make sure you're actually moving in the right direction.
The secret here is to be iterative. You start with small pilot projects, you learn from them, and then you scale up what actually works. You create these cross-functional teams, sometimes called centers of excellence, to make sure the business and the tech people are always speaking the same language. And you set up clear rules of the road with good governance and smart partnerships to help you move faster.
But how do you actually know if you're succeeding? Well, it's a mix of 2 things. Of course, you need the hard numbers, the quantitative stuff like efficiency gains and cost savings. But you also have to measure the qualitative impact. Are your customers happier? Are your employees more empowered? Is the quality of your decisions actually getting better?
And this is exactly why you have to think bigger than a simple ROI calculation. The true return on AI is often found in that indirect value, in making smarter choices, in reducing those hidden risks, and in unlocking waves of innovation that were frankly just impossible before.
You know, that whole idea of long-term continuous value brings us to what might be the most important mindset shift of all. This is not a project with a start and an end date. The AI transformation is a journey that never, ever stops. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the mindset you need to have. There is no finish line where you can just say, okay, we're done, we've achieved AI. The technology is constantly evolving, and your organization has to evolve right along with it.
So how do you thrive on a road that never ends? Well, you do it by staying adaptable. You do it by seeing AI not as some special project, but as a core business capability, just like finance or marketing. And above all, you do it by maintaining a totally unwavering commitment to continuous change.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. You've seen the whole framework, from strategy and culture to tech and execution. Now, just take a second and look at your own organization. What is the single, tangible step you can take tomorrow to begin, or maybe just to accelerate, your AI journey?